it's like I've been looking for you my whole life.
Yeah, right.
And every time I tried to get in contact with you, your mother ain't want no parts of it. So I'm not the reason that I wasn't there.
True.
Your mama's the reason. And it upsets the whole apple cart. So now the child don't know if they can trust the custodial parent, who's the mother, and the father, they want to trust him, but he ain't been around, and it might not even be his fault. So I'm gonna let you finish, but that's a good point you're making. Not just the father not being there, but the interpretation as to why he was missing.
Right, and that leads to a lot of women that don't want to get married. But then again, when you were saying something about the 1 in 4 black women to get married, but you have to look at the divorce rate too. I think a lot of black women love to get married just to say that I got married.
Oh, so you say they want the festivities?
Right, they're not taking it. They're not taking it the way it was meant to be marriage. They just taking it as, you know, like a badge of honor. Okay, I was married. You know, I was married, but look at the divorce rate. It's high in
yes. Most black marriages will fail, like most black businesses, within the first 5 years.
Yeah.
So powerful. Thank you for that, Brother Dave. I want to come to Brother Douglas. You got the last word again. What is it that's keeping brothers from saying, you know what? I can't do this. I mean, I'm trying, but I can't put up with this. What is that thing? What is it that brothers, still sisters are doing to them behind closed doors that's keeping them from jumping over that broom?
Sisters have a tendency to listen to outside voices, outside opinions, outside people. Right. Sisters have a tendency to listen to someone that have been into 3-4 relationships in the past 12 months.
Bad advice.
Bad advice. Very bad.
Negativity.
I've been with Lynette since 1995. And if her girlfriend tells her, girl, I wouldn't put up with that, I'm going to share something with you. I told Lynette, look at how many people in the 17, 18 years we've been together that we have met, that she have dated. But in those 17 years that we've been together, we have been together. When you said what you said to Brother Dave, everything that you said was so true. And if we could play this back, and you would hear me sitting on the side saying, oh, so true, so true. Okay.
This is going to be a classic already. I need a DVD.
Outside influence is the most detrimental thing to black relationships, black families.
So you're saying misery loves company.
Yes,
and sometimes sisters can't tell that they're around miserable people.
They don't, right? And they can't.
They say they have a problem with
Eric and Tanya. I'm gonna use Eric and Tanya, and I hate to use you as an example, young brother. You're my cousin.
It's good.
They have been married over 20 years. Her average girlfriend in 5 years has had 20 guys. That was her man.
Or no guys.
Right. But none of them. Right. But none of them.
Y'all beating up on the sisters.
They don't want to see nobody happy. Wait, I'm not beating up on the sisters.
Right. No, you're being honest. You can.
Yes, sir. Bruh, let me tell you something. I used Eric for an example. See, because Eric has been the reason, him and Tanya, why my relationship has gotten stronger when it was weak. I saw that whatever he was doing, whatever they was doing was working. And I said, you know what? I'm going to lose the best woman I ever had in my life. And I'm 55 years old. And my woman is younger than me, and she's over a foot taller than me. And we got a child. And I raised her child since her child was 3 and was good to that child. Never abused him or nothing, never abused her. I said, I need to take a page out of his book to be better, to keep what I have. Because I don't have another 5, 10, 15, 20 years trying to invest in somebody and it go wrong. Right.
You know what? Just to bring back up a point that y'all mentioned earlier, and you asked why men don't get committed or do whatever in a certain sense. Sometimes it has to do with previous relationships as well. Whenever a man goes through,
Hold that thought. I want to put your statement in the right frame of mind.
Okay.
There's a concept that I refer to as post-traumatic relationship disorder. Let me
Yes,
define
sir.
this.
Yes, sir.
This ain't clinical. This is Dr. Umar clinical. Post-traumatic relationship disorder is a syndrome, a mental circumstance that grows out of someone moving on too quickly without having had the proper healing from the last encounter.
Yes, sir.
So you've been in love for a woman for 20 years, okay? The relationship ends. You out dating 3 weeks later. Your energy's still tied up in that woman.
Yes, sir.
And the next woman you meet who may have been good, you never give her the opportunity to show who she is because your trauma from the last relationship is constantly seeing things in her that ain't even here. So your mind is playing tricks on her.
Yes,
Now this
sir.
works with men and women. What I've seen though, clinically, is that men can deal with their post-traumatic relationship disorder a little bit better because psychologically we're able to separate the sexual from the emotional a little bit better.
Yes,
Not
sir.
totally,
Yes, sir.
but a little bit better.
Can I say something, Dr. Omar?
Women can't separate as well, okay?
Yeah, I'm
Now, I'm gonna come back around,
Oh, no, you
but I'm
go.
gonna eat that head on that.
Yeah.
Women can't separate it as much, but I still see in men and women, and I want sisters to be clear, in men and women, where that post-traumatic relationship disorder is destroying relationships that otherwise would have been successful had we given ourselves more time to heal before we go out dating again. In your opinion, what role does post-traumatic relationship disorder play in black male-female relationship destruction?
well, actually, that's very significant, and I think that it doesn't only have to do with a previous personal relationship or intimate relationship like a woman with a man. Sometimes it has to do with the way your father may have treated or reacted towards your mom or the family.
Well, that includes, because that's the first relationship.
You got me?
That's the woman's first intimate relationship with her father. It's not sexual,
Right.
but it is intimate.
Right.
Yes.
And so my thing is, somewhere along the line, I think women, they tend to develop thoughts and feelings based upon either previous stuff, because some women, they haven't been with a lot of men. And I can only speak from my experience.
No, you're on the right track.
And my thing is, but sometimes whether it's the father in the house or the brother you met or brothers you may have seen come up and have so many women that had kids, this, that, and the other,
They become
all
a
that
blueprint.
kind of stuff play a part in the perception
It becomes
that's
a
portrayed
blueprint.
on you. You got me? That kind of stuff. So it's not necessarily baggage or what happens in previous relationships. Sometimes it's based upon stuff that happened outside of a personal, intimate relationship in a sense. Again, you know, the way, the father may have treated the mom or the family, whatever the case may be, or stuff you seen your brother do, all that kind of stuff. In addition to what we talked about earlier, if you have people feeding you that even haven't been in a relationship as long as you, or been through all that kind of stuff, or not in a relationship, you'd be surprised to know how many women, and which you know, that's not in a relationship. Now they may get with somebody, it may last a month or two, or 6 months or whatever, but a lot of women out here, particularly black women, they are not in relationships. So now, and this is how they play on somebody that is in one. So now when it comes time, and if they want to share as friends or whatever, yo, I went through this or whatever the case may be, now, you know, that particular female looking at you like, well, if I was you, I wouldn't take that. Yeah, and that's the reason why you by yourself right now anyway. Or you ain't me, period. However you look at it. And that's the kind of stuff that I believe plays a part in what's going on.
Dr. Umar, can I say?